good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to another Clearmud live stream. Let's get straight into it, shall we? Today, we're testing some memory plugins, but first, I do want to create a snapshot. How's everyone doing today? Let's wait for that to probably take about 2 minutes. Let's also make sure we are live. Let's wait for that to perfect. Good morning, Matthew. How you doing today? Did you wash all that grease off you? Ooh, it's hot. And it's about 3/4 of the way through with that snapshot. As you can see, I did a bunch more work on Product OS. It's coming along from yesterday. And let's do a roulette. Which one are we doing first? Degreaser is a wonderful thing. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. You know what? I'm gonna ask Muddy what he wants to do. Let's do a hard refresh here. Oh, snapshot still running, so let's give it a moment here. Looks like Discord wants an update too. I think we do Honcho first. Now, do I need to create an account? Let's go ahead and log in. And I should be able to show this. What is your role? Can I select more than one? Nope. We'll say friend. Matthew with the alpha here. Yeah, I probably wouldn't self-host it for the sake of testing, right? Come on. Snapshot is almost done. It looks like it's at 90%. So, to my knowledge, you don't have to pay for Honcho, right? We can just use our own like ChatGPT key and use like a 04 mini. I'm obviously going to ask Muddy the best approach to set it up, but We are logged in. Yeah, you know, with this YouTube channel, I don't mind it, right? Like, but I totally understand that. Totally understand that. Very similar from a personal level. Yo, what's up, Maestro? Snapshot is literally at 90. It doesn't show a percentage, it's just showing a bar that's just almost full. As soon as that bar disappears, we'll start messing with our OpenClaw setup and test it. Gateway request chat history timeout, huh? It's also in the meantime, go. Oh shoot, what's the, I should have it saved up here. I think it's the one ending in CCE. Yo, what's up, Jordan? Welcome back. Doing well, how you doing? Today's a big filming day. I decided to delay filming yesterday to dial in the 2 videos for this week. And after this stream, I'm gonna get straight into filming. Interesting, I guess it wasn't this one. Let's just try pasting it manually. Ah. I could have sworn, or maybe it's the 881D token. Snapshot's done. Let's just try wishing him a GM over here. Yo, what's up, Ryan? Good morning. How we doing today? Have you tested either one of these plugins? Honcho or Hindsight? It's taken quite a bit to I feel like ever since that update I need to optimize this chat. Let's do a hard refresh. Start off with a new session. See if that does the trick. Alright, it was the 881D token. Yeah, I think our chat is bugged. We gotta fix that. Might have to work out of the dashboard today. Hey, let's go, Rue. Welcome. How you doing today? How's your dashboard coming along? I know you just mentioned in the comments that you just finished setting something up. How are things running with your first day or two? All right, so it's a little delayed. It did catch my new session trigger from Muddy Ops chat. Okay, nice, nice. Well, we're gonna get a crash course on setting it up today. All right. No, I thought we dialed that in yesterday. I'm gonna have to double check that after stream. All right. Okay, chat's working now. Looks like there was just a small little hiccup. Yo, welcome, Will James. Biter over, huh? Oh, bite. Bite Rover. I don't know why I wanted to say Biter Rover. Okay, so this is for everything. Nice. Good. Look at this. Will with the alpha. I'm gonna have to add this to the list. Yeah, I discovered that quickly. So yes, running very well. I have Telegram chat with my main orchestrator, Chloe, and we've spun up 4 other agents that do various tasks. She delegates them with efficiency. Nice. Okay, nice. Okay, cool. Good to know. Right, that could just be a stale. All right, good morning, Muddy. We are live streaming right now, so make sure to give me a heads up if you're going to expose any secrets so I can blur the screen. But I'd like to, we created a snapshot so we can always revert back to the snapshot after the stream. But we want to test out Honcho. Check out this link. Give me instructions on how to integrate Honcho within Muddy OS. Well, rather within our entire OpenClaw system. I've already created the account and I am looking at the dashboard. Combo Lossless QMD, Bite Rover, didn't get to Honcho, so I watched and learned. Nice, good to know. Yeah, Lossless was on my list. I don't know if we'll look at it today. Maybe I'll look at it off air. But what was that? From Martian Engineering, I believe? Yeah, Lossless Claw. How are you liking that combo, Will? We already dialed in a few cron jobs and automations. Telegram is the chat of choice. Chloe is fully on board and has 4 other agents working on other tasks. Yeah, listen, I still use Telegram, but it's mainly if I'm out and about, right? Because Discord for me, I don't use on mobile unless I have to. It's always Telegram on mobile. And since my system is sandboxed, it's not open to the outside world, I can't access, you know, the dashboard or Muddy OS from outside of my network. Okay. Hey, but you're smart enough to set all those up. So, you know. I feel like data scientists are the only ones smart enough to truly measure those, if I'm being honest. Because I'm sure I can have my agents create a benchmark and we can test. But like at the end of the day, like it's all about that UX, that user experience working within whatever plugins or solutions you're using. Does Whisperflow have viruses? As I have heard it does. What do you mean exactly? Whisperflow? No? Like viruses? You're talking about like malware and Trojans, etc.? Are you talking about viruses and the way it speaks? I haven't had any issues. The only issue I've had with Whisperflow is they made some type of improvement to where it doesn't take my voice word for word anymore. What it tries to do is it tries to package everything I said in a more legible format. I notice with my brain dumps, they're kind of scattered. I have a squirrel brain, so I'll just like spit off a whole bunch of context. And I notice the output is different. It tries to word it differently. And sometimes it messes up. Sometimes it actually causes issues. So that's really my only like issue with Whisperflow. With, I want to say this started happening 2 weeks ago. So I've been more mindful of the way I feed context to it to make sure. I make sure to repeat myself sometimes if I think that it's going to, if it's going to, sorry, I know I have a package arriving today. Thought I heard the bell. But if I know it's going to change the words too much, I'll try to feed it as much context as possible in a few different ways. so it doesn't miss the beat. I have not. No. What stack is that? Hermes is what I want to tie it into. Okay. Today we are working specifically out of OpenClaw, but maybe we can do a Hermes memory day. I'm running Hindsight for quite a while now. Works well so far. I have no other way to compare it though. Okay, Death. Hey, thanks for the comment. Thanks for being here. I love it. I love it. Yeah, that is kind of annoying, right? Because you expect them to do that for you. Interesting. Okay. Okay, blur only if you open API keys in Honcho. Everything below is safe to show. Do not reveal, obviously. Yep. Okay. Now, I believe it was it Mr. Baker who told me this, or was it Sharma who told me this, that you can use Honcho with your own ChatGPT API key? Because here's what I'm trying to make sure of. Listen, I'm testing this. I don't need a memory solution for my setup. I haven't run into issues that kind of lean me in that direction. I'm doing this stream for you guys. So the last thing I want to do is pay out of pocket to test Honcho. So I'm trying to avoid that. Yo, what's up? Good morning, Bcash. What are we clawing today? Today we're testing some memory plugins on my system, on my actual system I use day to day, that operates day to day. I did a snapshot before the stream. That way, if I brick anything or if I'm just unhappy with it altogether, at the end of stream, I can revert back to my snapshot at the beginning of stream. So I'm going to make sure not to do any underlying work on the system as well during this stream. Okay. Yeah, no, I have not yet, Ryan. Yeah, I could imagine this is the case. I'm going to have to dig into it, you know? Going to have to add that to my list. Go, Mr. Baker. Good afternoon. Yeah, nice. Yeah, like this is key right here. Like you don't just copy paste somebody's mission control, because what works for them isn't going to work for you. You get inspiration from them, copy them, sure, as much as you'd like, but you have to fine tune it for you, for your use cases. I think that's very important. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't mind. I have an API key on OpenAI with some funding on it. And if it's as cheap as I remember you saying, if I'm not mistaken, the past few months you've spent a couple dollars on Mini, I'll do that. No, I did not go on to Obsidian, at least not yet. Death uses Quen 3.6, embedding running locally on a Strix Halo system for all Hindsight stuff, which is nice. No additional cost. Nice. Keep in mind, we don't want to pay for Honcho here. We would want to use an OpenAI API key. Does that change? Anything here? I just want to... We have to set up building for an API key, huh? I'm guessing there's no way around this. I'm gonna wait to hear back. Okay, self-hosted Honcho. We may have to spin up. Maybe we'll use that old demo account we had. Because I'm about to clean up this this machine for some future demos in the future bootcamp, or at least the second bootcamp we're launching here. But we can test with this demo, I think, in the meantime. What was the other site you were talking about? The layout design, was it Bento? Are you talking about the site itself or the component I like the most? Okay. Yeah, let's go check out Raz Mike. He's right here. Flow. So it was from this list of, I want to say the bento came from Colt AI or Watermelon. What's interesting is I thought I had these tabs open. So let's go ahead and open all these tabs again. Yeah, components for the main dashboard. Let's see. Last night I was working on the partner portal and I pulled a lot of Watermelon UI stuff. What else did I pull? I don't think I pulled anything from here, but I did work on, I'll tease it. I did work on a visual pipeline of how my Hermes agents are going to work, like the flow of how things work before my approval and after my approval. And I did pull from, what was it? The circuit board component here. Yeah, but I go check out Raz Mike's video. He has all the links on there. I can also post them in Discord if you'd like. I actually think I already did post them in Discord if you scroll up a little bit. Yeah, I did. Some awesome stuff. Like, I keep discovering new ones that I want to use. You know what? I believe it was this one where I was looking at the bento components just to get an idea of which format I liked most. So this one's from aliimam.in. Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay. So let's go to that VM. Why are you offline? Let's see. I feel like this is an issue with the VM itself. Usually you Control-Alt-Delete it. Interesting. We'll just force a restart. I'll make sure I have to, well, I'm going to delete this demo anyway, so. And you know what? We did clone OptiClaw, so I can just use this, delete it. I think we'll do that instead. So let's go full screen here. Let's exit, pull that into a new tab, and then full screen it. That way we can toggle between all the workspaces really easily. Why does it sometimes do that, huh? We're on OpenClaw, right? Oh, it's already installed. So let's try pasting one more time. Ah, it's that ore brew. No, I don't want to go to the Docker approach. I mean, do we need this local kit? I feel like... Yeah, apt-get install git. Git is already the newest version. Make sure we close everything. Let's open up our platform.openai.com. And I'm gonna have to blur the screen here. Ah, so you have Honcho installed locally on the same machine as your Hermes. Wondering if I should, instead of having a separate VM, we'll just rock it on Muddy for that. I mean, I did snapshot this VM, so... So we'll do that instead. Okay. Interesting. We can also... I mean, I already know Git is installed, but let's go ahead and sudo apt install Git, get the latest version. What system are we on? We're on Muddy, right? I don't know if I want to set up Docker. I'd rather just have it set up independently on this machine. Yo, what up, Pokemon? Today we test memory plugins. In this particular case, we're doing a self-hosted version of Honcho on the same machine as our OpenClaw Ubuntu installation. Okay. Nice, nice. I'm discovering we don't have to use Docker. Docker is an option, from what I understand. I could be wrong. Yeah, the reason I don't care about not using Docker is, to be honest, I don't intend on using Honcho past the stream. So I'm just going to revert my OpenClaw VM back to the snapshot I took, you know, right before 9 a.m. or right at 9 a.m. We're doing this test for you guys. Use Cloud CLI for all my server admin stuff. Bundle it remotely in Cloud Desktop. It's quite nice to have it all under one tab in Cloud Desktop, orchestrating different server Cloud CLIs. Nice, nice. Okay, nice. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, to be honest. I say Hermes. But maybe it's Hermes. I love this. This is probably a great TLDR for the comparison. And we just ran that one, right? So we're skipping Docker. Hermes, right? That was a good one, Red. That was a good one. You know, I thought of doing this video saying I ditched OpenClaw for Hermes and then just starting off with a psych, but following the onboarding, because Hermes has a built-in solution or a built-in skill, if I'm not mistaken. I've never visited their website here, have I? I know it's Now's Research, something along those lines. Now's Research. Where the skill's at? Is it because I'm not full screen? Should they be visible like right here? I guess we'll go to docs. Ah, they're in docs. Doc skills. pop this over to dark and OpenClaw. Yeah, they have an OpenClaw migration skill. I was gonna follow this. Hermes. Well, in the Queen's English, it's Hermes. Everything else is just wrong. I was actually kind of curious to just migrate my entire OpenClaw setup to see, is it easy? Does everything work? Or are there like some major headaches that we have to reconfigure things and go through each and every automation to make sure it's working? Or do the automations just run, right? Like, that's what I'm curious about. And I think that, not that I plan on doing this, I don't, but I think there's people out there who would plan on doing this. So I think that video would be valuable to anybody wanting to migrate their OpenClaw system to Hermes Agent. Yeah, nice. Nice. Is this looping a whole bunch of the same errors? Or are these all unique lines? These look like all the unique lines for the most part. Let's just try hitting end. I know that when I hit end on my keyboard, it changes us to a full screen. Ooh, I like that. I like the muddy mob. I think we're just gonna hashtag mob, but it's not gonna stand for what it, you know, universally stands for, depending on what you think it universally stands for. I really like that. The mob crew. Interesting. You give me ideas. You give me ideas. I really love that. Yeah. I have some fun plans for Discord. I'll tease it right now. Shout out Derek, ROG. I collaborate with him a lot because he's watched this channel grow from when I was just 1 or 2 live streams, less than 1,000 subs. I also collaborate with some people who have been following this channel under 10 subs, right? True OGs. We currently have an OG tag in the Discord. I cannot confirm nor deny that when we do open up the Discord just for the wild, wild west for anybody and everybody and their mothers to join, that everybody from that point will become an OG. We're working on a 3-tiered Discord system. Stay tuned for that. I'll tease it right here, right now. But I just want to say I appreciate each and every one of you. Lots of people are switching. Hermes overtook OpenClaw on OpenRouter the other day, which never thought would happen. Interesting. Okay. I wonder if I should force that video this week. I'm going to record 2 videos right after stream. So what I'm probably going to do is just record those 2 videos, and then maybe after I handle those, if I'm confident in those videos, then I'll just wing a migration video. That might, like, not even script it, nothing, just record my screen, record this video, you know, shoot from the hip with an intro, and then start the migration process and see how it goes, and just record the raw and then cut it down, of course. Don't. I'm gonna be putting more time and attention into the Discord. I know just with life and other things going on, I haven't been in there as much, but I really want to start time blocking parts of my days and weeks to just hang out in there with you guys. And yeah, the OG tag started as something just a cool little thing, and now it's turning into something else, which I love. So don't worry. No FOMO over here. No FOMO. Let me readjust these windows here. Okay. I mean, that's just the background worker. What's concerning me is all the errors. Oh, is that pasting? Do I really have to set up a Supabase account? What? I thought we'd set up the database locally. I guess maybe me skipping that Docker step. It says it's optional, but it doesn't look like it is. Oh, I skipped right through this part here, thinking it was a part of that. All right, that's my error, guys. Sorry about that. No. Or did I skip this step? I really don't think I skipped this one. Maybe I did. Maybe I got ahead of myself. Yeah, it's already on the newest version. All right, let me pay attention. I'm not blaming anybody but myself here. Kind of got sidetracked. Windows option B. We're not going with option B, but maybe we should. I mean, if Clay be OG with his behavior. Yeah, Clay is a bot that, I mean, if you tag him, he'll respond. Right? He responds and applies tags to introductions automatically. We're gonna squirrel here because that's what we do on this channel. Just ask him what he thinks about Honcho. Let's see. Yeah, we're setting up Honcho. I just ran into some errors. We'll continue that install process here in a moment. Looks like Clay is running slow. Look at that. A very thoughtful response. Yeah, I don't know if a lot of people know you can tag Clay and he'll respond, but he won't chime in unless he's asked to chime in, essentially. Because he was too wild before. He was just too wild. Too wild. Let's make sure we have that visible. And show on screen. Let's go back to our arc. Or no, we're not working out of arc anymore. We're working straight out of muddy here. I mean, I guess we'll go with the I've already let's troubleshoot this a little bit. I'm using Brave Search AI here to answer these questions, trying to figure out why this is happening here, because I don't know the answer. Okay. Let's see if that little trick does the trick for us. Let's skip that. Yeah, it's Control C on the VM. Okay, now we're in. Perfect. Little user issue. Configure environment. There we go. Enable extensions. I think I should be able to paste both lines of this in there, right? Ah. Did we skip that step? I could have sworn we've been following this line by line. So I guess we didn't follow that recommended setup. We did clone the repository. And this is almost leading me towards just installing it with Honcho, or with Docker here. For the sake of this demo, I'm setting it up on the same machine as my OpenClaw VM. And I've been trying to resist the Docker setup, but I think I might just do it. What's the exit key for... Is it X? Z. It's Control Z. Got it. Let's reset this. Yeah, you've convinced me. We're gonna use it. We're just gonna start from scratch with this. And let's just install this in the... I guess let's go home. Let's go to our desktop. Does desktop come after this? Nope. Oh. This will just use this bottom one since it's logged in as that user. All right, we're already at the step where we did all this. Let's paste that in there. All right, let me edit this real quick, set all that up. We'll have to blur the screen here in a moment. And I like using Nano. Bring that up quite a bit. Oh, did I really just throw in that D? I think I did. Yeah, I did. LLM Open API, where's that line? There it is. Ah, good to know. Good to know. So I am going to blur the screen here. Just take care of this login, set the API, and then I'll unblur the screen. And since this is a test, we have a balance of $23 on here and 85 cents. Nice. We'll do Honcho test on our root directory. Create secret key. Copy. All right. And let me just write out, enter, exit. All right, we should be good to show the screen again. Secrets are hidden. We can close platform. Excuse me. So now we can continue the setup, shall we? Where were we? Now that we're going the Docker direction. Oh, was I supposed to? I'm just going to leave it default. If you keep the built-in defaults, you only need one API key. Features default to GPT-5.4 Mini. Great. And this is what you're running too, right, Mr. Baker? Or should I change this, do you think? I think that's what you said you were running, so I'm just gonna continue down our path. We've already cloned the repository. We've already gotten to this point. Docker not found. Sudo apt install docker. Huh? Interesting. I'm on the right VM, I know I am. Ah, okay. I don't mind for the sake of testing on this live stream. We'll just keep it as is. I mean, listen, I'm just testing this for the stream. I don't think we need to go as far as verifying. I would highly recommend you follow all the steps, always. But since I'm just testing and reverting back on the snapshot, to me, it's not that important. I guess it wants us to go through every single step. Let's clear this chat, bring that up. And we'll just go through one by one here. Can I hide this? Thing that's not clear. I don't think I should be copying this whole thing, but let's give it a go. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it worked. Looks like it worked. Signed by, yeah, all right. And after this, it should be running. So we'll verify it's running and then we'll continue the installation here. Hey, you and me both. Sometimes I spend money when I don't need to for the sake of experimentation. And that today is obviously that day, but I'm not going to pay Honcho directly. I'd rather use one of my API keys I already have funded, which we are using. Yo, what's up, Oaks? Good evening. How you doing today? Okay. Yeah, as I mentioned, listen, we're just testing this for the stream, and then I will be reverting this snapshot because I have nothing against Honcho. I'm doing this by popular demand. Okay. Looks like I was able to start running. It's active. All right. Oops. Let's split that down. Downloads a test image and runs it in a container. When the container runs, it prints a confirmation message and exits. Okay, looks like it did run. It was successful. Wonderful. And I could actually just throw that away. All right, now we continue the setup, right? We've already cloned. We've already set up the variables. I believe we were at this point and it gave us an issue. Now it should not. Do we have to sudo that command? Ah, come on. Making me type this manually, huh? I probably should type manually as much as I can with how much I use voice to text. But it's one of those things where I've been using a computer since, like a keyboard since I was like 6 years old. I don't think I'll ever forget how to type. I think my English will get worse, for sure. Being in Europe most of the time now, but... Yeah, see? There we go. That makes plenty of sense. Nice, nice. Yeah, Hermes, listen, Hermes is impressing me with its stability. OpenClaw, I still find myself having to restart the gateway more often than I'd like to. But it's just, I have spent so much time building that out and it is so dialed in that I'm not switching. I do have a video planned where I'm going to show my migration from OpenClaw to Hermes just for the sake of demonstrative content, but that doesn't mean I'm migrating. I'm using both in parallel. All right, since that's going to take a few minutes, I'm going to use a quick bio break here. BRB. Nice. All done. Is that 88? No, that's 8,000. Not found, huh? Did I type that in correctly? I'm just gonna copy that. Yeah, I typed it in correctly. I mean, let's test this step as well. Permission denied. So maybe... Still not found. So I'm using Codex, OAuth for my agent, and then OpenRouter for memory plugins that need LLMs. Nice. Nice. Hey, and this is like, I love this, right? Like, don't get stuck into one lane. Figure out which one works best for you and go all in on that. I love this. Like, I would never tell you to use OpenClaw over Hermes. I would say test the two and see which one fits your needs the most. See which one works with your workflow and how you want it configured, right? I will admit, like up front, I had a lot of beating my head against that metaphorical brick wall, so to speak, with OpenClaw, setting up my multi-agent team, getting them to work the way I wanted them to work. It wasn't easy at first. It took a lot of work. And I noticed with Hermes agent, when I set up my multi-agent team, listen, I haven't tested it as fully as I have with OpenClaw, but it just works. It's really awesome. It just works. It's, there's something to that, right? Yo, what's up, Sharma? Yep, finally. And I love the idea of doing this on a live stream too. Now, full transparency, am I going to be using this full time? I don't think so. Nothing against Honcho or any memory plugins, but until it becomes a true issue for me, I'm going to keep using my built-in memory compaction system that I've created to where I don't have the issues that a lot of the public's running into. So like I created a snapshot before this live stream, and once we're done with the live stream, I'm going to restore that snapshot. All right, what's interesting here, let's try running this one more time. Detail not found. When in doubt, ask Brave, search AI. Did we give it a container name? Is it called PS? Hey, if you're willing to share, why not? Yeah. Okay. What's confusing with this this onboarding here is option B, independent, and then we continue down the list through extensions. No, this feels like manual setup. That's a whole different set of instructions, Docker setup. So at the end of the setup, we should be good to go. All right. So we got to troubleshoot why. Listen, I never really use Docker, so let's just kind of go through and see what is going on. Maybe we call it PS. And let's clear that chat. No such container. Okay, looks like container ID. Can we call it just the by the image name? Guess we'll find out here in a moment. Hondo. What? Honcho driver. No such container. Do I have to grab the ID? No logs. What's not clear in this setup is, I mean, we know they're there. Okay, it's driver. I wasn't paying attention. So what we can do to try to run that manually, what was it? Container name, we'll just grab the ID. I mean, are we just not running Docker? Is that the issue? I'm just gonna go to their official docs. So it's Docker run. And let's paste in that container, permission denied. It's really annoying. Weird how it's not automatically opening for us. Enter your one-time code. Oh, sorry about that noise. If you hear it. Okay. We already logged in though, right? Yeah, we're all good. We're stuck on this part here, the health check. We followed all these steps just fine. Guess I will try one more time. Unless it's this one here. Honcho Redis 1. Redis 1, right? Okay, some misspells. Let's try it by the ID for the deriver. Ah, that could be an issue, huh? You would think, though, that these steps would tell us exactly what to change directory, because it did early on. Okay, we're good. Still detail not found. Did I miss something here? I don't think I missed anything. We waited a few minutes. Yeah, Yeah. Let's do search.brave.com. So it should be this one that we want. Oh, come on. Yeah, I thought this would be valuable to like show the step by step. Maybe I'll just have Muddy handle this. I really like working through it because I think this is valuable for somebody out there, you know? Oops, I copied something else, didn't I? Let's just sudo docker start, because if I'm running into it, chances are somebody else is going to run into this as well, right? All right, now I should be able to shell in. Cool. And then manually run the command curl. Oh, that's street cleaners. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that. Yeah, listen, I followed the instructions line for line here. So unless there's something missing out of these instructions on Honcho, like I followed this line for line. Yeah. Line for line. Every single line. And this is the reality of these types of guides and installations. It's depending on your environment. For some reason, this curl, do I have to sudo that command? I don't think I do. Curl not found. SH. Let's try sudo. Whoops. Of course. I'm just going to copy this. I mean, I think I'm gonna have to... What's the command to pull out of this? It's not C, it's not Z, it's not X. Interesting. Control D. Ah, good to know. I mean, that would make the most sense, wouldn't it? Thank you, Enyo. Excuse me. Oh, wait, did I... No, I feel like this run command should be if I'm in the container itself. To fix this, add the appropriate installation command to your Docker file based on the base image and then rebuild the image. All right. I think I'm at a point where I'm just going to ask somebody to do this damn thing for me. Yeah, I believe I did this. And all good, Sharma. Thanks for looking, though. Yeah, compose up D right here to start up all the containers. You're inside the container. The run command is for the Docker file. When the image is created, you can ask it what tools you want the container to have. Okay, okay. Since those are duplicates, we'll just pull that up. Now, is this a matter of editing these scripts? I mean, I still have the service started up here as well. I made sure not to close that. See what Muddy says here. Okay. What's going on with Muddy over here? Yeah, shoot. What's going on? No, this is just troubleshooting for Honcho itself, not the installation, huh? I feel like that's for the method of let's just start a new session, I suppose. See if that solves his issue. While Muddy's working there, I do want to briefly go look at tomorrow's. Is that for tomorrow? Yeah, I think we might do something a little more specific. Oh, trying to unpin. Yeah, I probably should have had the agent just handle this off rip. I did want to try it myself, but clearly following these guides step by step do not work step by step, but it is also environment specific. So I know this isn't the most exciting live stream, kind of seeing me try to install something and it not work how it should, but it's the reality of things. So I'm committed to getting it working. The problem is we've spent so much time setting it up. You know, the amount of time we're going to be able to test on the live stream is going to be very minimal. Very minimal. Oh, and I got to remember, do not make any changes to this because I'm going to restore this VM from before this live stream for sure. Yeah, I don't have much experience with Docker. You know, I never needed to set it up. I think I used it on a Windows 10 machine a while back, but never in the CLI. And listen, I followed the step for step, but so we cloned the repo, we set up the variables, we started the services, and then we got stuck on verifying. It's kind of what happened here. So let's see what Muddy does. I mean, Muddy is doing some things. So I'm just going to let him do his things and see what happens. Oh, I do hear someone at the door. Give me a minute. All right, we are back. Sorry about that. Grocery delivery for my neighbor, and they decided to ping me instead. Looks like Muddy is still working. Cool. I believe it was Will. Are you still here? Can you use your like OpenAI Codex OAuth for this? Or do you have to use an API key for Byte Rover? I'm guessing it's API. Interesting. I mean, it's doing the work. Also, I'm noticing a discrepancy on why my plugin's not showing chat, but I see on YouTube there's some chat I can't pin. So I'll just respond to them. Sharma, I just asked Claude to help me with setting this up. I honestly don't remember much on setting this up after AFK. It was good as plug and play for you. Yeah, probably should have taken the approach of having AI help me do it rather than doing it myself. It's not that I'm annoyed with Honcho. This is all a part of the process. It's like, I'm gonna sound like a broken record. It's the reality of trying to set things up yourself. It's depending on your environment, the instructions don't always work, and we're discovering that here. Well, it took me time to get it up and running. The llama bit was annoying. Spent the whole weekend and my weekly Claude quota on it. Oof. Okay, Ryan says, I think most memory systems use embeddings, which Codex OAuth doesn't have. Okay, I need to try to fix, why isn't the social stream chat working anymore? Interesting. How do I... It's already added. Let me try to run a test here. The test works. Yeah, there's something going on with my chat system to where I can't pin comments. Huh. And it's not showing me the most recent feed on OBS like it normally does, so I'll just have to keep an eye out on the YouTube page here. Because even me commenting, I don't see anything. Let's see. wonder if I can just restart that while this is while Muddy's doing the work for us. Let's give that a go. Auto activate. I'm just gonna close out. Ping. All right, it's working again. That was weird. What's he doing exactly? All right. I mean, he's going through it. The embedding stuff isn't so much of an issue. The embeddings models are so lightweight that people can run them locally on CPU using Ollama. I think maybe we'll focus Lobster for tomorrow, might be the move. Because today I do want to keep it in line with the whole memory plugin approach. So I think you just helped us decide tomorrow's topic. I think that'll be the move. Yeah, tomorrow we can make it around an OpenClaw plugins episode. And tomorrow we're going to take the approach from just having Muddy integrate Lobster, and then we'll try to migrate one of our more complex workflows and see see how it operates, see how it works, rather than doing things manually ourselves. Because the reality is, most of us, I mean, you should always just ask your agents to do it for you. Where we at, Muddy? I don't like that. Yo, what's up, Aries? Thanks for stopping by, man. Hope you're doing well. Why did I take my coffee to the door? I'm staring at it on a ledge over there. My goodness. Pointed my agent at Lobster, and it said I wouldn't adopt it completely, so that's fun. All right. Hey, that's good to hear. It's good to hear. Happy Wednesday. Happy middle of the week. Yo, what's up, Cedric? How you doing today? Interesting. I wonder if it's just being a yes man. Because GPT loves to be a yes man. I like to add in the line, like, please push back. Don't just blindly agree or blindly, say, but you wouldn't replace this because it would add a layer of difficulty or something along those lines. Really? Interesting. What's interesting is the Honcho docs don't state that. It doesn't say QMD is a prerequisite when installing it locally. I said continue, but it's not continuing. Why is it not in the main chat? Okay, looks like this is all done. I'm guessing that's a part of the main session chat here. Yeah, it looks like the agent did it for us. Once we hit that roadblock following the steps ourselves, Muddy did that for us in this other session here, I believe. I think it was here. Nope. Oh, it was compacting. Okay. Let's, I'm actually curious. Let's do this. Let me just update that app. Looks like it's updated now. Let's grab that. Let's grab Hindsight. Let's grab Rover. Let's grab Lossless Claw. We're having Opus 4.7 do it for us. Interesting. Yeah, this is one thing I don't run into with Hermes as much as having these weird glitches where I have to restart the gateway. It's a bummer. And I think a lot of this has to do, the reason when you ask AI, maybe Honcho did the most amount of work they could do on their web presence to actually come up on these LLM search results more, right? Maybe they're just more optimized to be mentioned more. Honcho Plastic Labs is the most ambitious of the four. It's not just storing messages and receiving them. It ingests messages, runs a reasoning model, Neuromancer over them to derive conclusions and patterns about each peer, user, agent, NPC group, and exposes that as a context call that returns curated reasoning plus history in less than 200 milliseconds, or in about 200 milliseconds. It also does background dreaming, async reasoning, passes that, refined models featuring prices per token, depending on the depth. It's a more structured knowledge layer, 3 primitives, distinguishes mental models, observations, retrieval, callback of banks, missions. Okay. Ooh, I like the on your machine by default. Love that. I do love the idea that this one, I mean, maybe Honcho offers this as well, but the fact that this could run across Cloud Code Desktop, Codex Desktop, OpenClaw, Hermes, I'd imagine they have it. It's not a general purpose memory layer. It's context window management plugin specifically for OpenClaw based on LCM paper from Voltropy. Okay. I mean, if I were to install Honcho to work across Hermes and OpenClaw, I would honestly create a separate VM for it with its own static IP on the network. I would just have more peace of mind this way. No, I do not. Never set it up. First time today. Oh, it literally listed it right there. Now, I want to talk about our Honcho install. You know, I tried doing it manually. I had to come to you for help. My question is, let's say I want to get Honcho working for both our OpenClaw and Hermes agent systems, which are on two completely different virtual machines. And please don't blindly agree with me, but do you think the best solution is to create a fresh VM, install Honcho locally there, and then have that VM connect to the other two VMs that host OpenClaw and Hermes respectively? What are your thoughts? Oh, come on. Hate it when it does that. My keybind sometimes opens a new tab. It's really annoying. Let me just go to Whisper Flow. Should probably just change the keybind, huh? And I should probably just be chatting here anyway. Yeah, our chat is bricked right now. I'm not going to fix it live because if I do revert, which I'm most likely going to revert this this VM to before we started the stream. Because depending on what Muddy says here, I think I like the idea of if I do want to use Honcho across both systems, I would much rather have it on its own dedicated virtual machine with its own static IP locally here that both VMs can access. Let's see what it says. And let's also ask Cloud Desktop as well. All right, so I'm curious for Honcho, right? Let's say I want to use Honcho across both my OpenClaw and Hermes systems. wouldn't it be better, and please don't blindly agree with me, push back if you disagree. Wouldn't it be better to deploy Honcho on its own sandboxed VM and then have each of my OpenClaw and Hermes agent systems point and communicate with that VM directly? Yeah. And just this is just me thinking from like the best way to set up the environment. To me, logically, it makes sense to give it its own VM, to give it its own static IP. Wait, we lose Neuromancer not using their cloud solution? Can anybody confirm that? Or is Claude hallucinating here? I mean, I've already set up Honcho locally. We're not using that cloud hosted solution. Yes, for the real setup, I'd use a third dedicated Honcho VM. Small correction to the mental model. The Honcho VM should not connect to, should connect to over a private. Yeah. That's what I meant, Muddy. One shared memory layer for both systems. No duplicated Honcho installs drifting apart. That was my main concern. Great, easier backups and snapshots, easier to give Hermes and OpenClaw different access scopes later. If either VM dies, memory survives. I mean, they won't die. I make backups, but fair enough. Okay. Yeah, I've been contemplating having a dedicated Honcho install as a shared system for all my isolated agent VMs. Ah, okay. Interesting. So Claude's hallucinating here. Nice. It makes the most sense. It makes the most sense. So, all right. I mean, shoot. I think I'm obviously going to set it up first. Maybe I'll just record the raw step-by-step and we'll turn it into a video. Maybe that'll be valuable. You know, how to deploy Honcho on your local network with its own independent machine that OpenClaw and Hermes agent can point to. And then we essentially configure both. You might lose access to Neuromancer. Let's just go check their docs, shall we? Doesn't really has no specifics, huh? Neuro, did I spell that correctly? Neuromancer. Ah, the explicit reasoning model. It's thinking, let's go check this. No word local found. Maybe let's go to open source. No, it's just installing. I feel like it should be available, right? Like, I don't see why they wouldn't. So I get the whole dreaming not being included maybe, but let's see, hold on. Let me scroll up here. Oh, you corrected yourself, that's why. Okay. You're absolutely right. It does have better instructions than their website. What the heck? That's hilarious. Let's see, setup. I mean, these actually look like the same. We left these default. I honestly think that's the move. I really do think that's the move. All right. All right, I think that's what we're gonna do. So I did create a snapshot of this VM before we started today's live stream. I didn't do any other work on MuddyOS or ClearMudOS or just day-to-day ops in general. So I think what I'm going to do is restore that snapshot. It's going to wipe your memory of all of our Honcho work here. Nevertheless, I will take what we've learned and I think we'll deploy a fresh VM with Honcho. And that way, both our Hermes agent and you can communicate and benefit from that one system. Ah, that would make more sense. Okay. And then I think I'm just going to turn this into a video too. You know, how to deploy Honcho on its own VM. And then how to have OpenClaw link to your Honcho server locally, of course. This wouldn't be a video for front-facing environments. I'd honestly probably call it Memory OS. Following along the OS suite. That way we're not stuck on Honcho. I wouldn't name it Honcho. Like, let's say we want to test other memory solutions. We would just deploy them onto that VM specifically. I think that's the move, personally. Okay. I'm writing a list by hand here because I'm going to be restoring the snapshot after the stream. Wow. I can't believe it's already been almost 2.5 hours here. That's wild. So listen, as much as, I mean, that took a long time to set up locally on that VM. Sadly, I'm going to restore the snapshot before the live stream, or at the beginning of the live stream. And I'm going to deploy that on its own VM so that both my Hermes and OpenClaw systems can communicate, or can essentially operate off of that same shared set of memory. Yeah, I think that's the move. So put one in chat if you want to see a long form video around creating this, I'll call it Memory OS. I'm going to deploy a whole new VM. We're going to set up Honcho, and we're going to point, we're going to make sure that Hermes and OpenClaw are linked to that VM so that they can both benefit off of that one setup. Show one in chat if you want to see the video. If I get enough ones, I'll add that to the list. I might even rush it for this week. But first, I'm going to record 2 other videos after the stream, and then that'll be my third, if I get enough ones in chat. All right, that's more than enough for me. Thank you, Sharma. Thank you, Baker. Oh yeah, we also have to add, before I forget, now let's go look at tomorrow's video. I don't want to do any work in here because I am going to be restoring that snapshot, but how do we feel about an OpenClaw plugins day? And then we'll focus it around Lobster, obviously. Testing OpenClaw plugins, Lobster. I think that's the move. So Thursday live. Now I continued the chat. Let's just come up with a quick little thumbnail for tomorrow. I continued off of yesterday's chat because he already has just the look and feel of it. I didn't get very specific. I wanted to see what Image Gen 2 comes up with when I say quote unquote plugins with an actual lobster. Let's see what this looks like. I like it. One and done. This is hilarious. I like it. That cracks me up. With an actual lobster. Look at the detail of this lobster. It's kind of insane. That's actually a bit too busy. Let's he's petting the lobster. Let's see how this kind of wanna let's see how that looks. I feel like it's too busy. But maybe it works. I feel like that plugins. Let's remove the plugins. I think that. Let me actually pull just that tab over. Should have the lobster on a plate with a logo guy and a bib. Ooh, look at that. It's like he's petting my lobster, or his lobster. Copy. Throw that on there. And text, let's enable that. Yeah, kind of like this one better. Whoops. Yeah, looks good. I like it. Oh, that's hilarious. I love that. And this one's for Ryan. Hold on. Let's have our avatar, or actually, oh my God. Mr. Baker, I want to pin that, but but I also want to try to keep this PG. Ryan, this might have to work. Hold up. Hold up. Let's put that as a background, and then let's say we just remove the text. Let's make this larger, get rid of that water on the side. All right, I think we're gonna have to A/B test that one. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. All right. Thanks for the idea, Ryan. You need to swap Muddy for the Hermes agent. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe, maybe. All right, y'all. I'd like to thank, I know we didn't make as much progress as we would have liked, but the title of this live stream was testing, right? So kind of saw my approach with trying to do it myself. We ended up relying on our agent to handle it for us. Next up, I'm going to be setting it up in my local environment first. I'm going to record my screen when I do it. That way, if I think it's a viable video, I will post it. I'm going to try to take the approach as if I'm recording a video, but it's also going to be a very long recording. Ooh, that gives me an idea for that thumbnail where I migrate my OC setup to Hermes. That gives me a great idea. I'm going to use that. Thank you, Mr. Baker. Appreciate you. Yeah, listen, today was all about testing. We tested. We didn't get to test the memory bit of it that much, but this has motivated me to just create a separate VM that's just going to host a locally deployed Honcho setup. And then we're going to have OpenClaw and Hermes linked to that at some point. So stay tuned for that. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to spend your Wednesday with me. So thank you, Mr. Baker. I love that thumbnail idea. I'm definitely going to use it. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Sharma. Thank you, Death. Thank you, Cedric. Thank you, Aries, for stopping by. Thank you, Sin. Thank you, Enyo. Thank you, John. Oh, it looks like I missed a whole bunch of comments up here. Forgive me. Sorry about that. Thank you, Oaks. Thank you, F World. Thank you, Rue. Thank you, Bcash. And yeah, just want to thank you guys for stopping by once more, and hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll be back at it same time tomorrow. Until then, happy building. Cheers. Yeah, and I agree. I think it was a matter of time for me to go down this road. So I'm happy that you guys convinced me to do it, and we did it live. And now, we'll take a more thoughtful approach to it to make sure it's a more permanent solution on my end as well across all of my AI agent systems. So yeah, once again, thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Catch you tomorrow. Cheers.